Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys episode 5 of building Nevarro in Lego. And of course, if you are new around here, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss a video whenever I upload. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into today's episode. So I decided to start the episode down here instead of how I normally do it by showing you guys the mocks because as you can see, I've already made all the progress I'm going to be getting done for this episode. I didn't do any filming as I built this a little bit differently than I usually do. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys all the progress that I have gotten done. So the first thing that kind of pops out is that there has been a lot of height added onto the build. I've almost doubled the height, maybe not quite that much, but I've done a lot of building, that's for sure. And I also completely finished this wall over here, as well as over here on the side. So that looks great as well. And basically why I built this up is I wasn't originally going to do that. I was going to keep it fairly short, but I did watch the final episode of The Mandalorian again. And I was mainly basing this build off of the 8th episode. I think there was 9 in total. So the 9th actually gave a little bit of a better look up towards how the build looked, and it did go up quite a bit more than I first expected. It doesn't show the top of where it levels out, but I'm thinking about doing it somewhere around here. There was kind of like showed where there was some dirt kind of coming down over here onto this wall around this height. So I think I'm going to keep it around this height, maybe build it a little up a little bit more. There was some other details that they did in here differently than these side walls. They were fairly blank, so I'm going to be working more on that next episode, but I thought I'd go ahead and build it up significantly higher to kind of give a better look to how it's going to look in the final product. I also managed to finish off this window here, which came out looking fantastic. You can see we got all the little blaster bolts there as well. And then we've got some broken glass in there as too, which looks great. And those like curves on the sides, and the little outline just looks fantastic. As I said, this kind of looked a little bit rough around the edges before last episode, but now it's pretty clean. Those corners are pretty sealed, and this up here looks pretty darn good as well. And that will be built up a little bit more. I just didn't get to that this episode. And then I also started doing some like piping stuff, and they put these little brown boxes here. These look fairly simple. I'm going to be putting some more detail into these things. Just kind of wanted to get I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with them yet, so I just kind of threw those studs on there. And then these pipes, I am going to be redoing these. I don't really like having so many of those clips there, so I am going to be messing around with those. But they look okay as they are, but I'm definitely going to be fixing those. And there is a pipe that runs from this box over to this one, so I'm going to be getting one of those like really long flexible rods in reddish brown to kind of do that, because it does have to go over this curve, so that'll hopefully make it look a lot better. I also did some work on this wall over here, kind of extended it up to the next level. I think it looks great. It's fairly simple. I do actually have to get some more cheese slopes to add on the side there. Just kind of did some tiles there for now, but I do plan on making this kind of the same height as however high I make this building, and then kind of carrying over the mud on top to over there. And that's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to be planning on making a snot roof for the top of this building, and then doing some sort of terrain work with these plates, kind of like make some on the side, kind of going up and making a little bit of a mound, if that makes sense. I could use rock pieces, but I think using those will make it a little bit more accurate to the actual terrain there. And of course, it gives me a new technique to try out because I've never really done that before. So yeah, hopefully that turns out pretty well, and this gets figured out over here as well. And I also have to get some crates to build there eventually. But yeah, that is pretty much the main building here. I also did actually add in this little bit of a black plate here, just to kind of block off so you can't basically see through the window. I do have those black bricks there from the rims, but nothing I can really do about that. I'll give you guys a look to see how that looks from behind. It's just sitting there. It's pretty simple, but I think it really makes the mock look a whole lot better. Pretty much the last thing I want to address in this episode is the new rock path design that I kind of have in mind. As you can tell, I kind of tore down this area. I wasn't really happy with it, so I decided to experiment with some more designs. And I kind of noticed that I was messing around with these pieces here, that I can take plates like this and kind of stick them slanted kind of in this gap right here, which I think really kind of gets the design across, or it kind of mimics what it is like in the actual episode very, very well. I can actually show you guys what it looks like again. As you can see, it's pretty straight. It's not very messy. So I kind of want to mimic that by kind of having them in a straight line like this. You can also see there are a lot of bigger stones. There's some little smaller ones as you get up there, but most of them are big stones. So I think if I kind of mess around with them like this, it could work out. This is just a possibility. I'm not too sure if this is going to end up being the final design. I'm kind of struggling to come out with a design that kind of fits this mock well, but hopefully I can come up with one soon. I know they do have kind of like these kind of just like tiles though, so maybe I could look into getting some of those. Maybe those will work a little bit better if they have them in the color. I'm not exactly sure. I think they have those in tiles. But yeah, that's just about it for today's update. Ended up getting a lot of progress done. Sorry about having no time lapses. I just kind of want to get some building done and kind of just update you guys at the end. But if you did go on to enjoy this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe and leave a like. But other than that, I will see you all in the next video. Bye!